Panel is all yours, Herbie.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, there's no slides. There's panel.
No slides.
Yeah. Well, I think before we start, I think like Daniel and Nezha, like both you guys can just give like a quick background of yourself or like your ecosystem to our audience today.
Thank you. My name is Daniel. I'm the head of Solana Foundation MCM. You may regard it as a pretty weird name. It's not a luxury brand. It stands for Mandarin and Cantonese market because it's a bit big. I mean, we always talk about the China-related stuff, but I would say that this is not only a geographical concept. It's more about culture. So somehow you find some builders. He maybe live in Singapore or maybe Australia, but it turns out to be a Chinese guy or some ABC. So we try to use this name to show our interest in this Great APAC area. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Nezha, and I'm the APAC BD of Berachain. So Berachain is a VM-compatible high-performance modular layer 1 with a proof of liquidity consensus. And we're currently on testnet and with a lot of support and from the community. And my job here is to onboard more developers, onboard more developers and more institutions, like combination with blockchain technology and institutions, etc. And very excited to be here, and very very bullish on Hong Kong's future and the combination of crypto technology and quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and like through the past like few cycles in crypto, like we've seen like hackathons being like very active in like almost like every single emerging like L1s and L2s and stuff. And my very first question is that I'm curious, like given your experience, what are the most impressive hackathons you guys have ever like attended or like witnessed in your previous like crypto experience?
Okay, I would say the most important, or the one my favorite is just the just finished one. There's a Solana Hackathon, right? This is the nice times of a Solana Hackathon, and it's worldwide and it's always online. And it's just finished today. So hopefully we're gonna show more data online, and if you got interested, you can find it. And Solana Hackathon is quite unique, I would say, because it's one of the biggest hackathon worldwide for all the layer 1, layer 2s, all the VCs. And we have Solana Hackathons twice a year, and this year is first time is hosted by Colosseum. It's a separate entity with Solana Foundation, but still we got some old friends there, and it support the growth of the whole ecosystem as well as the builder developer ecosystems. I would say Solana's culture is quite unique. It's a bit different. You may find it out in the Breakpoint this year in Singapore. So welcome, join. Yeah.
All right. I don't know how to define the best, but I use my experience. So the first hackathon I attended and I organized was three years ago. It was a 2-day hackathon with the university students from 18 to 21. They're pretty young and full of energy and keep building some new stuff. Especially there are some like unicorns today I can remember. And the second one is here at Stay. I was talking with a developer upstairs. So thank you very much at Hack VC. And like the developers there building some deeping stuff make me quite impressive because most of the projects that is always like is existing Berachain are the liquidity like DeFi, SocialFi, etc. But never seen the new primitives, and I'm pretty excited about it. And number 3 is the one we built at East Denver. It's Berachain, and I know quite a many people attended like at East Denver, and we were pretty impressed by the event we built, and it's pretty excited to meet a lot of like these developers, especially the developer that they are creating some new stuff. What make me amazed, feel like quite amazing is that they are the apps they are building is not like the existing categories. So I cannot define them because what they are building on Berachain is new categories.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for answering. This. So I've been like personally, went to like Solana. I feel like Solana Hacker House previously, like in New York and a few other places, and being like quite impressed by the vibe and overall. And I do feel like like hackathons and hacker house in different cities have like very different, their uniqueness and vibe overall. I'm curious, what do you guys think like are the key elements of making a successful hackathon, from your perspective?
Okay, successful hackathon definitely depends on many different factors, but I would say the most unique thing is definitely the culture. I believe you guys all know that Solana suffered a lot in the last 1 or 2 years. A lot of things happen. Some are good, some bad. But our community, as well as our developers, remains. So I think most important thing is the culture. That's culture keep them to several other things and keep them still here and make Solana so back today. And I would say we also provided many different kinds of supporting resources to help these builders and developers to grow in the ecosystem, no matter what's the market is in bull market or bear market. I mean, the developers remains. And I also want to add one more thing that at the same time, and also tomorrow, we have about 15 Solana projects that are gonna give a demo day here as well at the sub stage. So if you got interest, you may go there to find why Solana is so unique and why our developer ecosystem is so strong. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, cool. Developer is a key point of building a successful chain or a successful community or whatever. And what we do here is, I think is first, know all the developers, know what they need and offers them. And the second is be part of them, especially be part of them. Like, what kind of category, what kind of application they are building. And then you should be their first ever user and give them the best suggestions and give them the best strategy into building new applications. Especially especially if you are experienced developers, you know how to attract the new the new users, how to get them from 0 to 1, is the key stuff. And that is what we always we are always close to developers. So according to hackathons and course with the developers and with new categories of applications, what we usually ask them is that how do you make you feel comfortable? Why you here, and how do we support you? For example, like how can we improve our docs? How can we improve our culture? This is a Berachain community, and how do you feel like the atmosphere of Ooga and our founders are pretty positive every day, like in the community. Like it is a wonderful day building on Berachain. So what we support them, how do we support them, and how we build their first users, and how to help them onboard the next user is always what we do.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question for both of you guys. So, for you, Daniel, I'm curious about did you see any difference between a hackathon in a bear market versus like a hackathon, for example, say like right now, and how the overall vibe and people's participation, overall, or even say the agenda of a hackathon change or say not change during different times of the market.
Okay, good question. I mean, for Solana Foundation, we host hackathons twice a year. It's not depends on whether it's bull market or bear market. We just keep it maybe around March and April, and the other one is about the October. We would like to provide enough opportunities to our great builders, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that definitely there are some difference between bear market and bull markets. Let's say in bear markets, if it's a deeply bear market, some developers may just leave this industry. It happens, and we all have seen it, right? But if there's some normal or bear market, people have more patience to build because there is not that much opportunities on secondary market, so they can only focus on building, right? So that we can provide more like boot camps, different camps, workshops to let them to communicate, all the factors they need to get a successful projects. But in the bull market, people, as you mentioned, they may be lack of the patience. Always in bull market, the secondary market is much more popular than first market, and also influence the builders. I mean, sometimes people are short seeing, and they don't have enough patience to wait for several months or even years to get a successful project. But whatever, I just mentioned the culture is the most important thing. Solana ecosystem has already proved it. I mean, if you really focus on it, and you can, regardless of the bull or bear market, you can just focus on building your product. For example, as Jupiters, they, suffered last year, but finally they got what they deserved, and now they are like a superstar now. So I think that's a good example for other builders are awaiting. So yeah, that's my opinion. Thanks.
Great, thank you. And for your Nezha, for Berachain, as we know, like Berachain, provides like a blend of very unique features versus other blockchains. So how do you see like Berachain to attract and reward is like developers differently from like other layer ones and layer twos in the market?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and I would say the first one is we're a modular. We have a modular stack, and we make it open source. For example, like the Plus framework, we open it and provide it to multiple partners and developers if they want to build like their for example, like their app chain, their own EVM L1. We help them to build it, and we help them to customize it. And number two is a pro liquidity mechanism. We have the pro liquidity consensus like to help and like from day one, from the very beginning, from day one, like you're a developer and you're building something very cool, and you can use the pro liquidity like to get incentives, to get reward from the entire network. So for other chains, that most of the fees, the revenues from users from user to apps and to validators, and we do the opposite. We give the revenues, we give the fees generated by us to all the developers, to other users. So that is what we do. We bring all the things that we can back to the users, back to the developers. So that is how we support and how to help them. And the third is that we have a strong team and a strong community, especially thanks to every region here. And I think the most different stuff is that like Berachain does is that most of the community members like they are quite diligent, especially for the developer. They used to build some especially successful things with pretty good new primitives, and they are now supporting the new developers here to help them to build some new diligent stuff. So you can call Berachain as a culture chain because the cute bears, right? You can call it as the meme chain because the meme culture, and also you can call it as a diligent chain because the most advanced developers here are quite diligent. They have proved in the last cycle, and they are also proving in this cycle. So you can call it anything. That is Berachain.
Very cool. So here's my last question for this panel. So following Hackathon, like what else like resources you guys provide, as a unique like layer one to those like promising hackathon projects to help them transit from prototype to like real project like production.
Okay. I will give several numbers. First thing is we have already hosted 9 hackathons worldwide. And the second thing is that there are more than 4,000, I guess, till this time should be above 5,000 different projects raised from our hackathons. And the last number is all these projects after the hackathon, they raised more than hundreds of millions US dollars to grow, to go to the market. And we do understand all the builders, they really need and they really deserve our support as well as the whole ecosystem support. So we provide many different layers, different kinds of support from the very beginning to the very last, covering their whole life cycle. For example, like say, if you get some interest in building a Solana, but you have very limited coding knowledge, we have many bootcamp, online, offline. Even in Zhuhai, we got a 1 month offline hackathons. It's a bootcamp to help you know and learn how to build on Solana. That's the beginning stage, right? And then if you got an idea, you may group up a team and also to find the right guys to work together with and to turn your idea into a demo or into an MVP. So that's a hackathon stage, like currently, right? And the next stage, if you successfully win something like win an honorable mention or win a prize in Solana hackathon, then you need more like exposures, marketing stuff. Then we provide like Hacker House. You can go there as a speaker. We have a breakpoint. You can be the innovative guy there to give speech, right? So then more people can know about you. And the next stage is go to market. You need funding stuff, you need some advisors, you need to learn how to communicate with the community, with your investors, right? So this area, we're gonna cooperate with some accelerators, like some of them are here today, like ForceX, like SpringX, like Wanwudao, a lot of different kinds of accelerators. They have rich experience and nice network to help these projects to go to market. So we cover their almost whole life cycles to support them. And also the things you are most curious about, that is a grant, right? We're gonna give grant to those nice projects to help them to grow and to benefit the whole ecosystem. So that's it.
Okay, I think at us at Berachain, how we support the developers is first, we are together with them. Like we use all the resources we can get. For example, like they want to have some development stuff. They want to have some technical stuff to support. We have dev reels. We have dev reels everywhere and work almost 24 hours every day to support the developers in different regions. We have now get dev reels at mainland, at Asia and India and many other regions like in Europe and in the US. Pretty many regions we are working on now to support them. And the second thing, like whatever they want, for example, like they want from girls from 0 to 1. Our founders, our team, our community projects, they are always there to support and help them build a strategy, help them be their first ever users and build something very cool like crypto native. Like that is what we are always growing with them. And as I said, we are together. The first, second, they are building something. And once they are launched, for example, like they need some fundraise, we help them there. As a new chain has not launched yet, we have helped multiple teams raise over 30 million. I think it's a good number as a new chain. And also, like we helped them onboarded quite a lot communities, especially on the testnet. They already have users, so I think this is something that never been seen before. So it's on testnet. You have millions of users. It's not for a chain. It's for a single app that we have achieved. And the last thing is like we give all we can have. For example, like we use the pro liquidity consensus. We are giving out the revenues, giving out the rewards captured by block to developers to users. So the thing that I am sure that we're gonna win. Is that we from day one is close to users, close to all the developers, because we're giving all we have to them. And so for the numbers, we have hundreds of projects now, and 50%, I can say 50%, even more, are the native, and 20% are the new categories we have never seen before. Like, they are the new categories that I cannot define. That is what makes us pretty excited.
That's amazing. I think that's pretty much for our today's panel, and definitely like looking forward to grow developer community together. With you guys and our Hack Summit together.
Thank you.
Special thanks for Hack.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.